Buongiorno, buenos días, guten Tag, good day. This is a study. This is from Dr. Jones, a study about divorce, remarriage, adultery. And we're trying to do this to correct, I guess, from church opinion has long favored the teaching that remarriage after divorce is adultery, based upon what we believe to be a single mistranslated word in Matthew 5:32 and a few incorrect assumptions. So many people might have been, kicked out of churches or living feeling that they are living in sin if they're remarried after having a divorce, or they're divorced and they're staying single even though they would like to be remarried because of that. So we're trying to, keep studying the word and keep trying to help each other grow and understand things better. So, three premises of what we're basing this study on. First of all, marriage is a conditional contract. For even God Himself is a divorcee. In Jeremiah 3:8, right? God had married Israel. There was a contract. Israel couldn't keep up their end of the bargain, their contract, their promises. And so God divorced them. In Jeremiah 3:8, it says, "Now then I saw that for all the causes for which backsliding Israel had committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a certificate of divorce." So it's a conditional contract. There's two parties. Contract specifies conditions that both parties must fulfill. If one party breaks the contract, then the wrong party may sue or annul the contract. So, by definition, marriage contracts are conditional contracts. The second point, put away, he's saying, put away, and giving her a certificate of divorce. So there's two different things, two different distinct things, words, put away and a certificate of divorce. So if we go to this verse in Matthew 5:31, Sermon on the Mount, Yeshua is talking about all these different things, adulteries and murder, and we have to remember, right? He said he didn't come to annul the law or abolish the law, right? The law stands. The law is perfect. The perfect law showing the nature of our God in the law, And he came to fulfill the law. So now in Matthew 5:31, if we read it this is the New King James Version. "Furthermore, it has been said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I say to you that whoever divorces his wife for any reason except sexual immorality causes her to commit adultery. And whoever marries a woman who is divorced commits adultery." So, right there we're seeing, yeah, it sounds like it's adultery if you remarried, right? But now let's look at it in the King James Version. The same verse, Matthew 5:31. And Yeshua is saying, "It hath been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, they put here, committeth adultery. But that word divorce, we have to look at the Greek. So put away, which is here in the beginning, he did say that whosoever shall put away. In the Greek, put away is apoluo. And then the writing or the bill of divorcement, the writing of divorcement is apostasion. Apoluo, put away, apostasion, the divorce papers or writing of divorce. And if you look in the Greek, so it would actually read, it hath been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, cause her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is put away, committeth adultery. Put away means, is like today would be like to separate. No, we would separate. So if you just send your spouse out of the house, you guys separate without a bill of divorcement, it's not a legal divorce yet. You can go and remarry, but if you do somehow by God's law, then that is adultery because you haven't been legally divorced. So God has a legal divorce is before you put away, you separate, you have a bill of divorcement, divorce papers. And that's the way that even God did it. And that's the law in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. We see that law established. And it is in Deuteronomy 2. Deuteronomy 24. 1 verse 1 through 4. Deuteronomy 24. 1 through 4. When a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it comes to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. So that's the legal divorce. No? You write legal divorce paper, then you separate. Just by separating, so Yeshua is saying, just by separating, because common law in that time, people would just separate sometimes and then remarried. So God was trying to correct that in the sense that, because that could cause problems, no? If somebody was just sent away, was divorced verbally, but there's no writing. For a woman, let's say she goes and remarries, and then the ex gets jealous or whatever, and then he's lying saying, no, we were never divorced. That was a serious thing, no? You could be put to death for adultery. Nowadays, it might just annul the second marriage because you weren't legally divorced. So that's why you need divorce papers, a written bill of divorcement, and then you put away. We know that the perfect plan of God, the creation, was for man and woman to come together. Yeshua said it himself. When they asked him about the perfect plan, man, woman, man leaves his home, everything to come together with a woman, become one. Ideally, yes, they marry, they stay together for life, but because God knew that our hearts, mankind's hearts, man and women's hearts are hard, he gave Moses that law in Deuteronomy 24 to be able to legally divorce and be able to remarry. And so, we're hoping that this can see like we said, a lot of people in the church today might feel might have to leave churches because of this, might have to live being single after being divorced because they think they cannot get remarried. But if they have a legal divorce, like we said, there is no cause why they shouldn't be able to remarry. God's law was not abolished. Yeshua said himself, right? He did not come to put away the law or the prophets. He came to fulfill them, no? So I hope this gets out there and corrects some stuff. It's personal as well. I'm a divorcee myself. Single, trying to, if God brings that's in God's plans, I'm looking for His will. But maybe I will remarry one day. And yeah, so that was, I hope other people can see it, study it for themselves. I'm going to leave the link to the Dr. Jones study. There's much more detail, longer there if you guys want to go and check that out. And yeah, pass that along. Any comments, subscribe, likey, all the YouTubey things. And we'll see you on the next topic or psalm or anything. Blessings and arrivederci.